Hello, hi, hello. How are we doing? I am doing well. I hope you're doing well. It is Monday. This is moving forward, and yeah, it's moving forward. We are going to do a reading for the month of June for us, US and world. I'll see if I could get to world. Um, and look at some other things. I'm not quite sure. See how this turns out. I am sure that's not true. But anyway, I hope you had a good weekend. I hope it was restful and restorative. I hope you some of you have a 3-day weekend. Congrats on you. Apologies for those who didn't have the 3-day weekend. I get it. We gotta do what we have to do. Happy Memorial Day. My weekend was okay. It was fine. It was restorative. Spent time with my family like I usually do, and was able to restore. What am I saying? No Small Business Monday today. I didn't get any links. If you want to send me some info about your small business or podcast or YouTube, I will promote you. Okay. I keep saying I had so much to say in the other video, and go check that out if you haven't. I'm recording this while that is uploading, but when I upload this, that video will be uploaded, and some of you may not have checked it out yet. So go over there if you're interested. It was very interesting. Go watch, and you don't have to watch the whole thing in its entirety in one setting. You could take breaks. You could pause and get snacks like you could do for this video as well. I always encourage people to take breaks when you need to, or listen. If you want to hear the sounds of my soothing voice for as long as this video will be, have at it. So long as you like the video and subscribe if you haven't, it will be all good. Speaking of subscribers, thank you for those of you who have subscribed. Thank you for your support. I want to express my gratitude for those of you who have been watching. For those of you who are new and are interested, welcome. And those of you who have been with me since the dawn of time, you have my gratitude for sticking in with me. Even when I don't want to stick in with me. Anyway, I'm in a humorous mood, as you can see. I'm trying to show my personality more, actually. So, I'm a many-layered person, but anyway, this is for entertainment purposes only, for informational purposes only. Everything I say here is alleged, even in the comments, okay? If you want a personal reading, you can click more in the description of this video, and the link will be there. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you can email me, moonlightennergy15@gmail.com, okay? And I will send you the link. Same for Small Business Monday stuff. You can do that by emailing me as well, okay? So how have things been? How have you been taking in the current energies? I hope you've been taking them in as well as you can, and managing the stress if you have it. There's a lot going on. I kind of don't know what's going on because I have not been consuming or watching the news or looking at anything on the internet, because I just, at this point, at all points, it's just mess. So I'd rather not. I'd rather organically receive the energies of the collective and what is happening than look at things that aren't true, or what have you. Okay, so I want to start with, let's just jump right in. That's what we have to do. We got to just jump into things. I'm going to start with the U.S. collective for the month of June. See what is going on there. Like I said, this month we are in a weird suspension. We were sort of just hanging, waiting for the universe to shoot us out, or not literally shoot us out. I don't mean like pew pew. I mean spit us out. Cut our cords that are having us suspended in the air as we are working on our perspectives, being judged. All that good stuff. I'm not sure. I feel as though June is going to be a crazy month. But let's see, Let's see what Spirit says. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Move this over. Let's move this over. All right, so what is the overarching energy influencing the collective for the month of June? What will be our, wow, cards are just flipping out. What will be our emotional space? What will be our psychological space? Okay, all right. I don't know what that is out there, but it scared me. Made me jump. Someone with a fast car, I guess. Ten of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. So, Ten of Pentacles, overarching energy. I'll start down here. I always start down here. Maybe I should switch it up and start up here. Okay. A grounded energy, a practical feeling of unmovable, grounded energy. Thinking about a long-term security, stability, feeling stable. The Lovers. Okay, the Lovers is about, in terms of emotion, it's about love, harmony, a feel-good feeling. Okay, it's also about making a big life choice. Okay, and it looks as though we will be in a space of thinking about our long-term stability and security, thinking about our money. It feels like, quite honestly, and making a choice. Let's see what the other cards say. Let's see what else comes out. Six of Swords, very nice. Six of Swords is a card of transition, is a card of healing. Okay. Psychological healing, emotional healing. It means you are transitioning to the next part of whatever journey we are on. Okay. It's a good way to start off emotionally, energetically. Very nice. If you like what I said so far, you can like the video. You don't have to wait till the end. Okay. We got this before, the Tower. Destruction, emotional upheaval, shock. I said June will be crazy, things being shaken up. Hold on, let me just make sure. Okay, wow, we have some good things coming up. Five of Swords, card of conflict. Five of Swords is like winning at all costs, but this sort of feels like individually, this feeling of inner criticism, inner judgment, perhaps. Something with these two cards feel very closely related in terms of the energy of the collective, the U.S. collective. Five of Swords is you cut corners. Let's see what the rest. I'm going to give a clarifier there. I'm not sure what. Ten of Cups. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Temperance. Ten of Cups is about harmony, abundance in your relationships, okay? Togetherness, enjoyment, full satisfaction and contentment. Temperance is about, it's also another healing card here, okay? It's about balance, it's about wisdom, gaining wisdom, finding balance. There are angel wings behind that person, okay? A major card about finding balance again, things being tempered and calmed in a sense, finding a space of inner healing or inner peace. That's what temperance is. So, all right, I'll get to it real quick. I feel like from these two, we move into this space. Okay? It's like I said, this month feels, I could feel the tension already for the month of June. And has a lot to do with our stability and security. And, so far we have three major cards here. And this choice, big life choice, you have two choices. And this transition here, perhaps it could be surrender, or perhaps I feel as though it's like with the Lovers here, this is a split between one part of the collective and another part of the collective. Let's see. Do the Lovers card in this reading represent one side of the collective and another side of the collective? Okay, saying yes. Is it about how we move forward? Is it about how we move forward? Is the Lover's card about how we move forward? A choice in how we move forward? Saying yes. And so it's like with the Six of Swords here, you're transitioning. It's a transition from chaos to calm. But then the Tower comes out. And does it mean, because the Tower, sometimes it says, when the Tower comes out, Spirit is saying you have to shake things up. Spirit is saying you got to shake things up with the Tower. You have to go against the grain, or you have to deconstruct, okay? There's something here that happens. Perhaps, I think with the Six of Swords, this transition here, we have to transition into this. It's almost like Spirit is saying, hey, in order to get from chaos to calm, you got to go through this moment, this destruction, this shock, or this emotional upheaval, and it will cause this feeling. Of regret, at the Five of Swords. Regretting our choices, or someone's regretting something, quite frankly. But from that comes the Ten of Cups and Temperance. As you move through the energy. Nine of Cups. This honestly feels like the first week. Eight of Wands. Nine of Cups is about contentment and satisfaction. Enjoying your hard work. Taking a break. Eight of Wands is about quick progression. Things happening quickly. Perhaps our contentment happening fast as we move through the second week. Very interesting. News coming out. King of Wands. Again, we always come into... It's like we come into the strength with us and our energy, and this feeling of, through each obstacle or hard thing, thing we find out that is hard or difficult, some sort of strong, the King of Wands is about resilience and determination, willfulness. The affirmation is I will. Spiciness. So we might be experiencing those emotions, perhaps high emotions, perhaps some anger, heightened, coming out quickly. Whatever this news here will cause this sort of, it's about courage and boldness. People pushing back, perhaps. Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is new opportunities for intellectual expansion, you know, finding new ways to communicate. Very interesting. This has something to do with the media. This has to do with our literal media, social media. The energy feels very light. Interesting. Let's see. Do the Ace of Swords represent the media in this reading? I'm saying yes. Interesting. Let me get a... Oh dear. Let me get a quick clarifier for that. Six of Wands. This feels like something exciting. Whatever comes from this tower, the feeling will shift for us energetically. The Six of Wands is about victory, you know. It's about celebration, you know. And the Ace of Swords here is communicating something about something we may be feeling good about. Okay. All right. That's interesting. Ten of Swords. Always comes out, huh? You know what? This isn't. I have to shuffle some more. I just pulled these same cards, not two. These cards crooked a little bit. The Empress is the ultimate. The Empress, feminine energy, creative energy, picking up old projects, creating new projects, new ideas, feeling of nurturance, security. One more. The Queen of Wands is on the bottom, and the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is a card of healing as well. That's the theme of this, how we're doing, how we will be energetically for the month of June. Healing, okay, making a choice about our stability, about our security. Something with the Tower, something that will bring about a feeling of harmony, an inner healing or inner peace, a balance, okay. A boldness, perhaps. I see a lot of we communicate a lot now, but it feels different this month of June. There'll be a lot of buzz here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 healing cards. I put the Tower in there because, you know, the Tower The Tower can be destructive, but it has to happen to pave the way. Okay, so there'll be some healing for the U.S. collective in the month of June. I feel as though the suspension will I feel as though the suspension will end and we will be, if I keep hearing in my mind, we're reaching for something. We will be reaching for something. Okay, and what that is, not quite sure yet, but it feels it almost feels like we're trying to figure out, it feels as though we're trying to figure out how to get to the other side of whatever this is. We will. Whatever this tower is, we'll get to the other side of it. You know, and we'll be walking into the Eight of Cups is about, and the Empress is here, and the Eight of Cups is about walking into something new, despite uncertainty. That's the white smoke, you know, that looks like the white smoke I saw in that vision. But, you know, we're walking out of the dust of the tower into something healing. Okay, let's see here. What do I want to look at next? I want to look at bear with me. What is the collective lesson emerging for us on the month of June? What is the collective lesson? Oh, King of Cups, Ten of Wands. King of Swords. Oh, the Emperor was there. Hiding. Interesting. King of Cups, Ten of Wands. I'm just going to go in the order of what I saw. First, King of Swords, and the Emperor last I saw. The collective lesson. One more. Judgment. Five of Wands. And my guide said Judgment is the card. I saw Judgment first. Judgment? Let's just put it here. Five of Wands. Collective lesson. I think the lesson for the month of June will be, I'm looking at this first. The King of Cups and the King of Swords and the Ten of Wands here. And there's a struggle. There's a burden in balancing our emotional wellness, perhaps, in our intellectual wellness pursuits, how we process information, how we take in information. It would be difficult. It will be not necessarily difficult. It will be burdensome. Okay? How to respond instead of react with the King of Cups, being in the flow of life, following our intuition, trusting our intuition with the King of Cups here. For the other parts of the collective, difficulty with compassion and empathy, understanding. And over here, same thing. How you take in info, how you analyze info, having the balance between your rational side and your emotional side is a burden here with the Ten of Wands in the middle. Perhaps an end to that burden for some of us. Okay? For some of us, through judgment, through discernment, integrity, understanding, intelligence, information, knowledge, the burden will be at its end here. But it also is recognizing that there will be a burden for some of the collective, and holding balance with these two things. Okay? But the Five of Wands here, and Judgment here as well with the Emperor, it's really and then looking at this line here, it feels like how we are looking at authority, how we're questioning authority. The Emperor is the Emperor. Okay, and so for some reason it also kind of feels like another card needs to come out. Let's see if I can get it to come. It feels like it's saying gaining an understanding. The lesson, part of the lesson, is gaining an understanding of how this claimed authority doesn't have, they're not on the same page, that they're, but we know that already, right? But perhaps sometimes I have to remind myself that the general public really doesn't pay attention all the time. It's just true. It's just true. And John McCain reminded me of that. I'd be trying to be like, no, that's not true. But I've been discovering. What card was I thinking about? I was thinking about the Chariot. But that didn't come up. Death came up. Seven of Cups. Yeah, kind of relate. I think for some, understanding, I think death and the Emperor and Judgment. It feels like there are multiple things happening here. Understanding how we view authority, perhaps, how we respond to this claim of authority. It honestly feels like Five of Wands I label as a card of exposure. That's what that means also. But it feels like coming to a conclusion for those who haven't, like an end to this authority, or it feels like an end. We have some people, the lesson is coming to an understanding about this authority that's over us. Perhaps wanting an end to it, an exposure here, seeing the mess. And some people just don't see it. And I'm just like, how can you not? You still on the fence? Okay. What archetypes or symbols are most active within the American collective for the month of June in our consciousness for the month of June? Oh. I'm having a hard time shuffling. Okay, let's see what comes out. The Queen of Pentacles is on the bottom. 5 of Cups. The question was, which archetypes or symbols are most active within the American collective consciousness for the month of June? 5 of Cups. Grief and loss. 3 of Wands, looking towards the future or waiting for something. Expansion. Justice. Balance. Justice. Integrity. Par for the course, right? For this month. Knight of Swords. Strategically moving towards your goals. Searching for the truth. Moving towards the truth. Defending the truth. 5 of Cups is, there's always 2 cups filled behind you. That's the symbol, you know. 5 of Cups is a card of loss, is a card of grief, heartbreak, you know. But it's also a card of healing, you know, to learn through whatever you're grieving, to learn from it. It is tough. That's not easy. Three of Pentacles. Experimenting, collaborating, stability, security, working together for the month of June. This is what I keep seeing. This comes up often for us. We're locked in the energy, guys. Okay. The Hermit. The Hermit. Introspection. The Hermit is about your purpose. You're at a crossroads. Okay, you have to decide, much like the Lover's card, do I go left or do I go right? Transition and change, changing your perspectives, broadening your perspectives. Okay, a lot of us will be doing that. 2 of Cups. Balance and harmony, togetherness. Those are the archetypes. Let's pull from the archetype deck real quick. Then we're going to look at what obstacles we'll face. See if the Tower comes out again. See if that Tower comes out. Judge. Wow. With justice here. I love when things come together, you know? You know? Let's read what it says here. My glasses. Okay, here it says, balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. That will be the archetype. Very interesting. Judgment came out. You see how how we're so locked in now with the energy? I had to do my alphabet real quick. It was like, what's happening? Oh, here it is. Okay. All right. It says, seeks to balance justice and compassion, manages the fair distribution of power in any form, from military codes to marriage vows. Okay. Okay, let's pull one more. One more. Rebel. Challenges authority. Challenges authority to to affect social change. Rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. Rebel. Interesting. I'm telling you, our suspension, this beating we're getting, is coming to an end. And when we fall into the month of June, we'll see how it looks as though we will know what to do. Okay, whether politically inclined or an artistic innovator, the rebel is a key opponent of all human growth and development. Helps you to see past tired preconceptions in your professional or creative work, or to reject spiritual systems that don't serve your inner needs. Okay, so there we have it. We're going to do some rebelling, perhaps some more protesting. A lot of protesting. People speaking out boldly. People seeking the truth. Progression, forward movement. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, let's look at obstacles we may face. Put that to the side. What obstacles will... Don't tell me. I put some things upside down. Okay. All right. So what obstacles are the American people collectively facing this month? for the month of June. What obstacles? And will we overcome them? Let's see. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. One more shuffle. The duck. So we have Eight of Pentacles. Perhaps difficulty expanding. That's what the Eight of Pentacles is about, expansion. It's about expanding on your skills, discipline, focus, working hard. Eight of Swords, mental restriction, feeling trapped. That's perhaps the two eights here. With this something here with work, with the Eight of Pentacles, and feeling like, you know, Eight of Swords is, you know, it's a mental restriction. It's like a self-limitation almost, based off of what you're experiencing. You tell yourself you can't move forward. You tell yourself you know, you don't have clarity. You can't see. And perhaps that will be the obstacle for some of the collective, a difficulty in seeing that we can expand, that we can move forward. Okay. I don't think these are the right cards. I have to shuffle some more. That wasn't right. If it comes up, it is. If it comes up again, those are the cards. Knight of Swords came up. Interesting. This goes like this. Knight of Swords, Knight of Swords is a focused, logical, they rush out to seek the truth. They go after their goals in a very sort of cold, shrewd manner. But this may be an obstacle because this is blocking this feeling here. This is about work, This feeling here of we can expand in some way. Feeling blind, there's a blindfold on, and the Knight of Swords goes after the truth. They carry the truth. Interesting. Okay. The Ace of Swords is on the bottom. Again. Might be a card. Knight of Pentacles. Focus. Being methodical towards your goals. Being practical, stability. Four of Cups. As an obstacle. Four of Cups as an obstacle is apathy. Lack of motivation to move. That's why perhaps the Knight of Pentacles is as an obstacle is like you are not very focused on Feels like confusion. Seven of Wands. An obstacle could be us asserting our voice, asserting our boundaries, our power. Okay, finding our voice with the Seven of Wands. Standing your ground. The same cards wants to come out. The Hermit, the Five of Swords. But I don't think I shuffled enough. Okay. So lack of focus and clarity, difficulty finding our voice or asserting our, standing our ground or asserting ourselves, asserting our power. Perhaps some apathy for some of us. Not understanding how to move forward or expand in some way. How can we get through this? What will come from this, rather? I could be with the Tower, why the Tower is there too. The World coming full circle. Okay. Is there resiliency with the World? Accomplishing your goals. Okay. Clarity, understanding, healing. Three of Swords. The outcome of this. Three of Swords, it is a card of disappointment. It is a card of hardship. It's a card of pain. But the Three of Swords always says you have to channel this pain into something that helps you progress or move forward. Sidle up to it. Don't run from it. Don't resist it or avoid it. Let it shape you into something better. Okay? And with the World here, yeah. Seven of Swords. Walking out of a toxic situation. Strength. Yeah, listen. Recognizing your strength. Recognizing your resilience. Recognizing you can't give up. Recognizing that whatever obstacles, this situation, the U.S. collective is facing, we could get through it with our inner and outer resources. One more. Here we go. The Hangman. But this time I feel like the Hangman is a change. It doesn't feel like suspension this time. It feels like, okay, now is the time. Our perspective has shifted. A lot of us have. Look at this light. It's the light shining out and at the face. All right? And I feel like the suspension, and perhaps some of us will still be in a suspension because we need to cook more. But most of us, it feels like this will be clipped. This thing here holding this person up upside down. And we will be, look, the light is shining. This light is like information and, enlightenment, wisdom, understanding. And I feel like if my question was, will we get through this? How will we get through this? The answer is the Hangman, the other side of the Hangman. It's not in reverse, but I'm reading intuitively. The other side of the Hangman says, okay, now it's time to go. I understand now. It's time to move forward. It's time to take action. No more thinking, pondering, being suspended. Okay? Let's see if that's what that represents. Does the Hangman represent an end to suspension in this reading? It's saying yes. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Let's see what opportunities will be present for the month of June, will be available for our growth and healing. Ace of Swords came out again. We will be speaking out. Knight of Swords. King of Wands. Wow. It's like coming full circle, these cards from the beginning. Ace of Swords. Knight of Swords. King of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. Very nice. Hold on, this seems crooked. I don't like it. Questions is, what opportunities are available for collective growth and healing? Ace of Wands. Six of Wands. Wow. Seven of Pentacles. Page of Wands, one of my favorite cards. Page of Cups. It's like we're babies with all these pages. King of Swords. So what's the ultimate opportunity here? Three of Swords. The biggest opportunity for us for growth and healing. Yeah. I mean, we have two aces, three aces. Ace of... Now, let me see if the Ace of Pentacles is here. Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. Where's the Ace of Cups? It's not here. Okay. We have three aces. That's a pretty good start when it comes to growth and healing. Okay, so with the three aces, we have, with the Ace of Swords, an opportunity for intellectual expansion, new opportunities. Okay, communicating new news and communicating that, how you process the information, how we communicate the information. Media. There's going to be a lot of news coming out. It's going to be a lot of news, new news coming out. Okay, because you have the Page of Wands on top of there, right here. The Knight of Swords. Being strategic on how you approach your goals. Being strategic on how you approach clarity, gain clarity. Okay, new Ace of Swords, a new clarity. Page of Wands, there's boldness that keeps coming out. King of Wands is here, affirming that. You have both the Page and the King of Wands. Page of Wands just don't care. They don't. They are bold, impulsive. Okay, spicy, yes. But they bring something that's needed to this kind of energy we've been experiencing. It's like the more we get The more we walk through the, what did the channeling, the shadow guidance, the shadow period, this, when we get on the other side, we're on fire. Look at that. Wands is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 wands, and wands is the element of fire, and the Oversoul said we'll be on fire, we'll be walking through fire. Okay. There's a spiciness that comes out on the other side, though, of a change. And I feel like this is what this is affirming here. June feels insane, not in a bad way necessarily. It feels unpredictable, but it feels like we'll grow, we'll be, it's like April was the month of introspection, where we were critically thinking, and thinking very deeply about our purpose and what we're experiencing. May felt like we were just sort of suspended, no movement at all, no progression, just like getting beat. That's what it felt like, punching bags. But on the flip side, it also there was a stillness there. If you zoom the lens back and look at the overarching lesson of May, how it created this stillness and surrender for us. And as we move into June, we'll be spicier on the other side of it. Okay. And the relief is the Page of Cups. It's tempering all the spiciness. The Page of Cups, they're idealistic, creative, intuitive, compassionate, and all that good stuff. And then you have the King of Swords here. You can't get, the BS, the distractions. Will be focused. We'll have clarity also. Okay. Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is new expansion, new opportunities for expansion, new opportunities to explore, or what is the word? Words. Please come to me. This isn't the word, but I'm just moving on. New opportunities to gain the skill of being grounded, practicing, groundedness, practicality, being realistic, having more avenues for security and stability. And the Seven of Pentacles is here, enriching that and growing what your ideas, your goals, being able to nurture that. Okay. So it really looks as though the beginning of the month, there's going to be something. Okay. And it'll be tough. But coming out on the other end, as we go through the month and experiences it, that we'll gain something from that, consciously, subconsciously. Okay. If I could put a grade on the month of June, I would say with the three, letting the pain or disappointment transform into something positive here, all these good cards. We're definitely like, after the suspension is cut, we'll feel like a fawn trying to walk. I sense a lot of newness, okay, with the pages and the aces that have come out in this reading, and all the, the other cards I pulled. Trying to gain our footing, trying to seek clarity, trying to find a way of healing, but eventually realizing the strength, you know, to move forward. There's a lot of good stuff. If I could give it a grade, probably, I would say maybe out of 100, I'd say a 78. Okay, 78.5. So like, you know, close to an 80 of a passing grade. A high C plus. Okay. Maybe an 80. I'd say an 80. An 80 definitely. I'd say, yeah, an 80. B minus. Okay, so overall, I think it looks, in terms of our growth, in terms of our expansion and going through this journey, yeah, we're moving on. We're moving into where we need to be. Okay. Definitely an 80. My guys was like, no, it's an 80. Okay. I'm gonna pull 3 quick cards for Kamala. I'll do a more expansive reading for her, perhaps Friday, but I'm running out of steam, so I'll do 3 quick cards. If I saw something a couple of days ago. All this news, you know, all the news is about, oh, her path to becoming the governor. And I'm just like, shut up. If that's what she wants to do, fine. You know, I don't see that, but that ain't in her energy. But, I'm going to ask her, you know what, I'm going to channel her on Friday. But it's annoying because y'all just trying to downgrade her. That's what y'all try to do to women. That's what y'all, especially black women or women of color. Y'all just try to downgrade, try to put us in our place. It's very annoying. It's very annoying. Because I know exactly what that is. It's just so annoying. Oh, well, you could have this. You were the vice president of the United States of America, but it's just, ugh. No, I'm not saying it's not an important position, but I know exactly why it's being done. That's the whole thing. And it just makes me want to, because I've had that happen to me a lot of times, and I've quit. You use me, and then, you know, they do that to people. Yes, I am triggered. All right, I'll just pull 4 cards for the month of June for Kamala. So, sorry about my rant, but it just really supremely annoyed me. 2 of Swords in reverse. Fell out in reverse. Blindfold coming off. Oh, shoot. The Tower. Six of Cups. There's our mother. There's the 6 of Cups. Our mother's wisdom. Looking back on the things her mother told her. The Tower. Shaking things up. 2 of Swords in reverse. No more confusion. Okay. No more standstill. Ace of Cups. Filling your cup. Self-care, self-compassion, intuition, new opportunities to be in the flow of life. Spreading understanding and compassion next to the Six of Cups. Give me a clarifier for the Tower. Eight of Pentacles. One more. Three of Pentacles. Similar cards to what we with the collective got. Very interesting. Okay, give me the ultimate. I knew the devil was there. The devil is there. Strength on the top. Nine of Wands on the bottom. Might be a tough month for her. Might be tough. The devil. The Tower is there. She has to be strong. Three of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. It also feels like deconstructing something by her own hand. Eight of Pentacles is about expansion. It's about work, skills, you know. Three of Pentacles is about experimenting, you know, collaboration. And that's the clarifier for the Tower. Perhaps breaking away from someone, you know. This Two of Swords is like, okay, the blindfold is off and perhaps she's made a choice of some sort. And this is like, with the Tower here, it feels like a break from, it has to do with her work, but breaking away from something with the Three of Pentacles on top. Remembering her mother and the, you know, what she told her, the wisdom she gives her and her purpose and who she is, you know. And this Ace of Cups, like focusing on herself and her needs, her emotional needs perhaps. Okay. Wiping the slate clean, I heard. So not necessarily a tough month, but it feels like coming into, it feels like she is just like pushing off all the things that no longer serve her out of her sphere. Like that, breaking apart from someone or something, focusing on her needs and what's good for her and what's right for her. That's why the Tower is there with the Eight of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. And the devil is the thing she's breaking from. Okay. All right. That is all. Tomorrow, I'm not sure what I'll explore tomorrow. Maybe Lemuria, maybe Egypt. The mystery is there. Not sure, but I'll see you tomorrow either way. Please like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't. Share if you want to. You don't have to. I'd like when you comment. That would be cool. That's it. I'll see you guys. Bye. Like the video.